Hello, namaskar, vanakkam. Welcome to Careers with Sudhir, where I've got a very delightful kind of a video which talks about the kind of tough examinations that students in India face. So, Careers with Sudhir, where you get news from the world of education and also career counseling. Look at our videos on our playlist. You'll get an idea what I am talking about. So, what exactly is this video about? If we are to look at the toughest examination in India, now mostly, and I think it is largely correct, that the UPSC is indeed the toughest examination in India because it kind of tests how much you know about various subjects, how well you are able to express, especially when it comes to the interview stage. But the UPSC is more of an employment oriented kind of an examination. We are talking about higher education related entrance examination, competitive examination. So at the higher education level, how do you decide which is really the toughest examination in India? Is it the number of seats which are on offer at a particular institution or the quality of the examination? So there are two ways of looking at it. Quality of the examination, it can always be debatable. NEET is more tough. No, JEE is more tough. JEE Advanced is the toughest. Some people may say, no, CAT really tests your ability to actually solve questions under pressure. So different students may have different opinions on it. So we have, or actually Inside IIM has taken a very interesting view on it. So this data comes from Inside IIM, though I have cross-checked each one of the data points. So one parameter to look at is the possibility of success based on the number of students taking the entrance examination versus the number of seats which are available. You know, if there are 100 students taking an examination and just 10 seats available, so that is a particular seat percentage. So whether we can really look at the toughest examination based on this parameter. So based on an interesting comparative study by Inside IIM, let us look at the 7 toughest entrance examinations in the country. They have looked at 10, but I think we have removed 10, 9 and 8 because they are related more to CA. So I've looked at the top 7 in this particular video. So at number 7 is JEE Advanced. Now you may be a little surprised. How is JEE Advanced at number 7? People who have cracked JEE Advanced will definitely protest. But this is basically based on the number of seats available versus the number of students who qualify to write the JEE Advanced. So in 2026, close to 1.8 lakh, I've rounded off the figures, 1.8 lakh students qualified for approximately 18,000 seats in all the IITs in the country. Now you may say, no, we should look only at IIT Chennai, IIT Madras, Bombay, Delhi, Kanpur, Kharagpur, etc. But we are talking about admission to all the IITs in all the disciplines. So there are approximately 18,000 seats. So that means the top 10% can actually become an IITian, right? So that is the number 7 toughest examination. At number 6 is the JEE Mains. Why? Because this year over 15 lakh students appeared for JEE Mains. For 1 lakh seats, because a JEE Mains score can actually qualify you for a seat in any of the National Institutes of Technology, the Indian Institute of Information Technology, the IIITs, and many other institutions, which are almost a total of approximately 1 lakh seats. So that works out to a selection rate of 6.6%. So this is at number 6 according to Inside IIM. At number 5 is the NEET, the medical entrance examination, whose retest, re-NEET, is taking place on the 21st of June. 22 lakh students appeared in the first week of May, the exam which was cancelled after it was leaked. They wrote the exam for close to, now this figure is a little debatable. According to some people, it is about 1.15. Some people say it's 1.25. Inside IIM says 1.26. So we have taken that figure. It will just, this percentage may just vary a little. But according to this works out to about 5.7% or so. Then the legal exam, the CLAT, 75,000 students took the examination for 3,400 seats. So now you see the number of students is coming down, the number of seats is also coming down. So that works to a selection rate of 4.5%, because eventually, you please remember, it all basically, it is a survival of the fittest in the limited pool which is available. Ki wahan par kitni seats hain, that's what finally it comes down to. Then at number 3 is CLAT for admission to all the IIMs in the country. 2.5 lakh students took this examination in the in 2025 for approximately 8,500 seats in the 21 IIMs. I'm taking only the IIMs because the CAT score is also taken by various other tier 2 and tier 3 non-IIMs also, but we are not considering that. We are looking at only the 21 IIMs, and that makes it you are in the top 3.4% if you manage to get a seat in IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, Kozhikode, Indore, Mumbai, a whole lot of them, both Gaya, Visakhapatnam, etc., etc. At number 2 is GATE. Okay, here the competition is really, really stiff because close to 8 lakh students take the GATE route to masters for about 12,000 seats in the IITs and the IISc. That's a tough examination because this means that only 1.5% actually make it past the gate. You need to have the key to the gate. Which is the number 1? Any guesses? That the number 1 spot is ZAT, mainly because the number of seats is very less. About 1 lakh students took this examination, which takes place on the first Sunday of January. So January 2026. Approximately 700 seats are available in XLRI Jamshedpur and XLRI Delhi in the business management and their flagship HR program. You have to be in the top 0.7% among these 1 lakh students in order to make it to the oldest B school in India, right? Which was established in the 1940s. So only then you will make it to the XLRI Jamshedpur or XLRI Delhi. So this is the number 1 examination. So I just thought it was an interesting kind of a chart put out by Inside IIM, which I thought our viewers also deserve to know. So for all such interesting data and fact-based information, share and subscribe to Careers with Sudhir. You can take a look at the various videos that we have done because that will give you a realistic, accurate picture of where you need to go to in order to pursue the dream college, the dream course in your dream college or university. Tata, bye-bye. Thank you very much. Namaskar.